Hello, 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 everybody. It's Kathy, and happy Saturday. Thanks for coming back to my channel. Today, I'm going to make a tag. Hope you join me. I was inspired by 49 Firefly, who was inspired by Pinterest and Shabby Dabby Doo-Dah. I'm going to make a tag today that uses some ink, some layering, some brads, etc. And 49 Firefly was inspired by a tag she saw on Pinterest that looked like this and did her take on it, and I'm doing my take on her take. And it's going to come out looking something like this, although I'm not going to use a dragonfly this time. And I might change the colors just a bit. But if you want to stick around, please do. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you. I try to do a video at least every week, sometimes a couple times a week. And anyway, okay, let's get started. I'll set this aside. Oh, what I wanted to show you is the detail in it. I have first colored the back of the tag, the background of the tag, and then I added some script and some ink. I added some metallic wax, and then embossed a dragonfly for this one. Added some brads and different things such as that. We're going to do something similar today, okay? First, I started with, I'm using a file folder that I cut up, and this is 3.5 by 7 inches long, okay? First thing I'm going to do is, I'm going to cut it to make it look like a tag, and I simply fold it over without creasing it and cut it so it's the same, just like that. So I'm going to use this as a reference. The first thing I'm going to do is color the background of it. And you'll notice I used several colors. I used some vintage photo in the back. I used some twig mixed with tea dye that ended up giving it a nice green color and such. So I'm going to do that first. And I have a bunch of these little things I got, little brushes. So let me start with the tea dye. And the tea dye's rather yellow when you use it, if you're not used to it. Kind of has a lot of orange in it, rather. Kind of looks like tea. And I'm just going to go around some of the edges. I'm going to go down here a little bit, all over, just like that. And then up here I wanted kind of a greenish color. I'm going to use honey and blue and see what happens. Gonna add some, this is broken china. Kind of give it a green color. Kind of like that. We'll take some more green down here. Actually, it's honey. It'll be green in a minute. There we go. And then I think I'm going to take a little bit of the gathered twig. Just a little bit. That's a little too dark. That's not what I want. So let me take some of the vintage photo. I have that over here. And that's all I need for that for right now. Move all my inks to the side. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp some things. I have some script stamp that I'm going to use, and if you don't have a script stamp in your collection, it's a good thing to have because you can use it for all sorts of backgrounds. I'm gonna go this way. Do a little bit at the bottom. And a little bit here. Next thing, I have some other stamps, and I'm going to use those. This is a round stamp. Let me clean this off a little bit. It's probably too late to clean it, right? Okie dokie. And this stamp, I'm going to go slightly off the edge up here, or down here rather. Just like that. Well, good. And then I have another one. It says Royal Postal Service. I'm going to take that up here near the top. Just like that. And not done yet. I want to take this postal stamp. Let me see which end is up. I think it goes like this. Okay. And I think I'm going to put that down here. And maybe just off the edge up here. There. I think that'll do it. We'll see later. I'm going to go ahead and punch my hole, the top. And I'm going to put an eyelet in there. Might have been nice to put, well, I was going to say put a piece of paper underneath it, a ticket or something. Might have made it interesting, but too late. Okay, The next thing we're going to do is, I think we're going to go ahead and you'll see up here I have a saying, and then I have some brads. So I think I'm going to put the saying there first. And I'm going to put the saying on a piece of paper like this. I'm going to get the saying. I use this a lot. This is Tim Holtz's Ideology Small Talk, and it's got stickers. I already picked one out. I think I did. Oh, maybe I didn't. Let me see. It has a couple pages of white and black stickers, and then a couple pages of black and white. Let's see. I'm going to use this one. Be brave with your life. And I'm going to put that right on here. And I want to color it first. I'm actually going to add a little bit of honey to that. So it's a little different. And first I'm just going to cut a rectangle. Try to get it as straight as I can. And then I'm just going to scoop the edges. Let me cut this a little shorter. Then scoop it. Scoop it. Cut that just a little bit more. I need to cut this off. There was a ridge there that wasn't making sense. Let me cut this a little more. Then this. And this. And actually going to do the edges in some black soot so it's able to stand out from the background. Okay. I think it still needs a darker color on it. I made it too yellow. That will do. Okay. And we'll go ahead and put that in place, so that'll help me gauge where to put the brads for the next part. I just became a subscriber to 49 Fireflies, and she has some nice videos on her channel. So stop by and look at it. You might like it. Okay, now I'm going to put a couple of brads here. And my brads simply have numbers on them. I'm going to put 3. And sorry about my dog. He's barking in the background. Let me get my pokey tool. Okay, we're going to put it here is 1. I'm going to put 9 first. Just like that. And the next one we'll put here, kind of in the middle of the tag above it. We'll put a 3 next. Just like that. I'm going to come down a little because I realize that that was a little bit too high. So I'm actually going to come down. You won't be able to see that. I'd rather have it lower. Let me just close this on the back. Like that. And one more. Ugh, I don't like the way that came out. I'm going to put it back in the top one. It should have been somewhere in between the two. But the other one was a little too low. And last one over here. And that's a 5. Okay. Turn that a little bit. Turn this a little bit. Okay. Good to go. Next, I want to put a little piece of a tag here, or a piece of a ticket here with some rivets in it. And I already picked out a ticket, and I got this from another Tim Holtz product called Ticket Book. And I love this book because it has vintage looking tickets, coupons and such. So I picked this one out. I'm going to use that. I want the numbers to show on the top. And I also want you to be able to see that it's a bus ticket when I rip it. Add some. Let's keep with the black then. Okay. And I think that's going to go right here, right next to the edge. And I'm going to put some brads in each corner. There. And I think I have them in here. Just like that. Make another hole. just like that. I want to try something first. I have some of this washi tape, and I just wanted to see what it would look like if I put this right underneath that. Yeah, I kind of like that. This washi tape I got from Amazon, and when you buy it, it is $10, but you get 2 big rolls in it. So I thought it was worth it, and I love it. They have many different styles. Put that there. No, I want it just so it peeks out. Okay, just like that. I'll put 2 more rivets. Not rivets, eyelets. Okay, we're going to stick with 3 because that's all I have right there. Then, let's see. Then I'm going to work on down here. I have another ticket I want to use. And this is, it's kind of cool. It's a Rocky Ballroom, Rocky Springs Ballroom. Costs 44 cents to get in. I'm just going to put that down at the edge here. Actually, I didn't need to rip it. I could have just cut it, which I'm going to do anyway. I'm going to put that just down at the bottom. Okay. Just like that. And I do want to round the corners of the edge of the tag. I'm going to do that now. Just like that. And let's see, I'm going to take a stamp of the butterfly next, and I'm going to need to do that on a piece of biofolder. Actually, I think I'm going to do it on, if I can find it, a piece of water paper color, or watercolor paper. Okay. So the first thing I want to do with this is color the background so that when I stamp it, the butterfly will have colors in the background. So I think I'm going to use some blue for this first. Well, Then perhaps some green, which means more blue. And honey yellow. And then a little bit of tea dye. No, not tea dye, because that would matchy too much. Oh, let me do tea dye. I actually don't even know if the tea dye will be too far away from the stamp. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Okay. And let me take this butterfly stamp. I think that'll look pretty. We'll see. I actually want to make it a little more blue. Okie doke. Let's put that right there. Okay. I think that worked. I didn't realize it has a little kind of dragonfly in the middle. That's a pretty stamp. I think I got this from Calico Creations, Linda Israel's, but I'm not positive. Oh, this is pretty. It's a bitch to cut, but it's pretty. I'm not doing it really fussily. Oh, that's pretty. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an embossing pen to add some ink to it here. And oh, this is pretty. It's a purple. Yeah, I think that would work. So let me add some embossing ink to different parts of it. And particularly at the ends. Just to give it a few purple highlights. See how that works. Okay. Let me get my brush. I had to add a little more here. And I think that'll do it. Okay. Let me clean up this mess a little bit for you and for me. And let's watch the magic. Okay. That's good for me. Make sure it's dry. And let's put it on a pop-up. And I have one here. Okay. That's pretty. I like the way the colors came out. Now I want to put my saying down here at the bottom. But first, I'm going to do a little bit of texture paste in gold. And I want to use the diamond shape. And this texture paste I got from Amazon. It's Metallic Luster by Deco Art. Once in a while you can find it in Michael's, but I haven't had much luck finding it there. I love to use it. It's actually great if you emboss something and to use it on top of the embossing. Well, that didn't work very well. Let's try again. I'm going to use my finger, which I usually use, and really press it down. That was better, except I'm not crazy about it. Let's try it over here. That one worked much better. I'm going to go back, see if I can get this up, which I can, and come up here. It just worked better with the stripes. And that happens, I find that happens often on the stencils you use. Figure out which ones work the best for you. Okay. Clean my finger off. And my palette. And that looks kind of cool. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, and I do want to dry this. Now, let's figure out what we're going to put here. I think I'm going to use this, Blessed Are the Curious, and I'm actually going to cut this. Because it was a little too large. Okay. Find out where they went. Okay. Now I want to add some color to these. Just like that. And add some soot to the edges. My finger took off all the vintage photo that I put on it, but I can put that on after I mount it. And we're going to put that right here. Blessed are the curious. Just like that. I just was so inspired by the video that inspired me to do this. because I don't usually, I'm guilty, I don't usually take the time to use all the layers that I'm using now in my tags. You know, I might do that on a journal page, but I don't usually do it on my tags, and it's so much fun. So I usually don't use Pinterest. So I'm going to start using that because it really gives you some wonderful ideas. Now I'm going to add the color back to this. And I also want to go around the edges in black soot. Okay. Last but not least, I'm going to put a little key brad here. Maybe on this side. I do need my little pokey tool. I'm gonna put that right here. And what I want to do with it, which is what she did, was I'm going to add a little bit of string to it. She didn't add string. The person added some yarn or some thicker string. I guess she added string. And what I'm going to do is darken this string. Just dirty it up a little bit. I'm going to tie it on the top. And this little string part, I got the inspiration from Shanuki on her channel. She does a lot with just using string as another collage item of interest to add to her layers. And that's what I'm going to do. You'll see what I do with it in a moment. My wax is falling off. Okay. I'm going to open this up. And now I'm simply going to take this string and simply kind of wrap it around itself and glue it down. I'm not going to use so much. So I'm going to put some glue down. I'm going to have to take the edge of this Just mash it down. The only problem is it always sticks to my finger. Just like that. Add a little bit more glue on the top. That to lay down. And then quickly dry it. It's kind of cool. It just adds a different level of interest. I'm going to put in the twine. No, I can do that after. Just like that. And I also want to cover the back. I'm going to cover it with just up to the, actually just up to where I have it. Enough of it. I don't want to have to cut another piece. And that's just so the brads don't get caught on anything. And if someone chooses to write, they could write on this. Or I could put an index card. Cut this off. Well, I think that's the end. Whoops, to cut this. Now I think it's the end. Except now that I found that other brad, I'm going to put that. Oh, I can't. That's okay. I could, but then it'll go through this, and I don't want it to. Okay, I think that's the end. If you want to see a close-up, I don't know if this helps. But first we did the coloring, then we put script down and some round stamps. Then we added the brads, a little saying. We added a ticket using 4 brads, or 3 in this case. We added a ticket here. We colored a butterfly, and then we embossed parts of it. Put our saying here, added a key with some string, used some gilding wax down at the bottom. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. These are so much fun to make. I'm going to try a different style next. These are very similar because I was excited to share it with you. But thank you for watching, and check out 49 Fireflies channel. And you all have a good day. Bye.